What does it take to become the most decorated combat soldier in American history? For Audie Murphy, it took courage beyond comprehension, a refusal to surrender in the face of impossible odds, and a price that would haunt him for the rest of his life. This is the story of a dirt-poor Texas farm boy who became a legend on the battlefields of World War II, earning every major U.S. combat decoration for valor, including the Medal of Honor. But this isn't just a story about medals and glory. It's about what war does to those who survive it. Audie Leon Murphy was born on June 20, 1925, in Kingston, Texas, the seventh of 12 children. His family lived in grinding poverty during the Great Depression. When Audie was just 16, his father abandoned the family, and his mother died shortly after. As the oldest child still at home, Murphy dropped out of school in 5th grade to pick cotton and support his younger siblings. He was barely 5'5" and weighed just 112 pounds when he tried to enlist after Pearl Harbor. He was only 16 years old. The Marines rejected him for being too short. The paratroopers turned him away for being underweight. But the Army finally accepted him in 1942, and Murphy was assigned to the 15th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division. No one could have predicted what this slight, baby-faced teenager would become. Murphy's combat service began with the invasion of Sicily in July 1943. He quickly proved himself under fire, displaying an almost supernatural calm in combat. His superiors noticed something unusual about the quiet Texan. While other soldiers froze or panicked, Murphy became more focused when bullets started flying. He fought through the brutal Italian campaign, earning his first decorations for bravery. In the mountains near Anzio, Murphy single-handedly killed several German machine gun crews that had his unit pinned down. His actions saved dozens of American lives. He was promoted to sergeant at age 18, but Italy was just the beginning. The real test would come in France. In August 1944, Murphy participated in Operation Dragoon, the Allied invasion of southern France. As his unit pushed inland, Murphy's reputation as a fearless soldier grew. He volunteered for the most dangerous patrols and reconnaissance missions. His marksmanship was legendary. He could identify and eliminate enemy positions with deadly accuracy. During the fighting in the Rhone Valley, Murphy's best friend was killed right beside him. Something changed in Murphy that day. He became even more aggressive, more willing to take risks. Some said he developed a death wish. Murphy himself later admitted he stopped caring whether he lived or died. He was promoted to second lieutenant in October 1944, a battlefield commission recognizing his extraordinary leadership under fire. January 26, 1945, near the French village of Holtzwihr in the Colmar Pocket. This was the day Audie Murphy earned the Medal of Honor and secured his place in military history. Murphy's company was tasked with holding a position against a German counterattack. What they faced was overwhelming. 6 German tanks and approximately 250 infantry soldiers advancing through the frozen woods. Murphy ordered his men to fall back to better defensive positions while he stayed forward to direct artillery fire. When a tank destroyer near his position took a direct hit and began to burn, Murphy did the unthinkable. He climbed onto the burning vehicle, manned its .50 caliber machine gun, and began firing at the advancing Germans. For over an hour, Murphy stood alone on that burning tank destroyer, exposed to enemy fire from 3 sides. He directed artillery strikes by radio, while simultaneously firing the machine gun. He killed or wounded approximately 50 German soldiers and stopped the advance cold. All while the tank destroyer beneath him could have exploded at any moment. When his ammunition finally ran out and German forces had retreated, Murphy collapsed from a leg wound he'd sustained during the fight. He'd been so focused on the battle that he hadn't even noticed he'd been shot. By the end of World War II, Audie Murphy had become the most decorated American combat soldier of the war. His awards included the Medal of Honor, the Distinguished Service Cross, 2 Silver Stars, the Legion of Merit, 2 Bronze Stars with Valor Devices, and 3 Purple Hearts. He also received decorations from France and Belgium. He'd participated in campaigns across Sicily, Italy, France, and Germany. He'd been wounded 3 times. He'd seen most of his closest friends killed in action, and he was only 19 years old when the war ended. Murphy returned home to a hero's welcome, but the war had left scars that no one could see. Murphy's boyish good looks and war hero status caught Hollywood's attention. He moved to California and began an unlikely second career as an actor, eventually appearing in over 40 films. His most famous role was playing himself in the 1955 film To Hell and Back, based on his best-selling autobiography. But behind the Hollywood glamour, Murphy was fighting a different kind of war. He suffered from what we now call post-traumatic stress disorder, though in his time it was known as battle fatigue or shell shock. He had violent nightmares, struggled with depression, and slept with a loaded pistol under his pillow. He became addicted to sleeping pills. What made Murphy truly heroic wasn't just his actions in combat. It was his willingness to speak publicly about his psychological struggles at a time when such admissions could destroy a man's reputation. He advocated for better mental health care for veterans, using his celebrity status to draw attention to what he called the hidden wounds of war. On May 28, 1971, Audie Murphy was killed in a plane crash near Roanoke, Virginia. He was just 45 years old. Despite his Hollywood earnings, Murphy died nearly broke, having spent much of his money helping other veterans who had fallen on hard times. He was buried with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery. His grave is the second most visited site at Arlington, after President Kennedy's. Audie Murphy's story forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about war and heroism. Yes, he performed acts of incredible courage that saved countless American lives. Yes, he deserved every medal he received. But he also paid a terrible price for that service, one that millions of veterans continue to pay today. Murphy once said, "I'll tell you what bravery really is. Bravery is just determination to do a job that you know has to be done." He also said that the real heroes were the ones who didn't come home. Today, Audie Murphy stands as a symbol of both the greatest courage and the deepest costs of war. His decorations tell the story of what one man could do in combat. His struggles afterward tell the story of what combat does to a man. The most decorated soldier in American history wasn't a giant. He was a skinny kid from Texas who never weighed more than 145 pounds, who suffered from nightmares for the rest of his life, and who never stopped fighting for his fellow veterans even when Hollywood had moved on to the next story. That's the real measure of a hero.